Hello friends, I have a special lesson for you today on sink and float. What I have in front of me is a breakfast container from school filled with water. I also have several objects that I'm going to drop into the water. Your job today is going to be to make predictions. Remember, predictions, it's a fancy word for guess. So you're going to be making guesses or predictions on what will sink or what will float. Now, when something sinks, it's going to fall to the bottom of the tray. And if it floats, it's going to come up and sit on top of the water. So I'm going to hold up an object and I want you to decide if you think it's going to float to the top or is it going to sink to the bottom. First I have a dry erase marker. Do you think it's going to sink or do you think it's going to float? Okay, let's put it in and see what happens. Do you see it's floating on top of the water? The dry erase marker floats. I'm going to make a pile for floats. Okay, let's try a rock. Do you think it's going to sink to the bottom or will it float to the top? Ready? Did you hear that? Let me pick it up. Oh, that sunk right to the bottom. So the rock sinks. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to set that in the sink pile. So we have the sinks and the floats. All right, next I'm going to try a bracelet. Will it sink or will it float? It sank all the way down to the bottom. So just like the rock, the bracelet sinks. How about a rubber band? Will it sink or will it float to the top? Make a guess. Here it goes. It sank. It sank to the bottom. That goes with the sink items. How about a Q-tip? Will it sink or will it float? It's floating. The Q-tip floats. How about a Lego? Will a Lego sink or float? It floats. It floats like a boat. Okay, let's try two more things. Next I have a pop tab. Will the pop tab sink or float? It floats. One more item. I have a Dr. Seuss eraser. Will it sink or will it float? It sank. Okay, so we have 4 items that sank and 4 items that floated. So that was interesting because this rock sank and this marker floated, but this marker looks bigger. Well, the reason that the rock sank was because it has more density. Density means, so when each object is made of tiny little particles called molecules. And the more packed and tight the molecules are, the heavier an object feels and it will sink. So I have another video for you underneath this one from YouTube that explains what density is. So I want you to go ahead and watch that one after you're finished with this video. But I want you to know that you can try this at home. What I want you to do is I want you to find something that you can fill with water. It could be one of these trays, it could be a bucket, it could be a bowl, it could be a baby pool outside. And I want you to find some objects around your house and see which ones sink and which ones float, and see if you can make two piles. And then send a picture of your items that sink and your items that float. All right, have a great day.